So you want to tile your own backsplash and have it look somewhat decent. I'm gonna try and give you guys a down and dirty overview of some little tips and little tidbits to help you accomplish that. I'm not gonna go through the whole how to install tile. If you guys want or have some questions, you can comment your questions to me. I'll gladly answer it. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm just trying to give you guys a good idea of how to do a backsplash. Number one, pick an easy tile to work with. You know, something manageable. This is a 3x11. You could do a 4x12. You could do a 3x6. Don't let your wife convince you to do something super small. It's all in a sheet, like herringbone, mosaic. And I'm just gonna tell you now, it's gonna look like a 3-year-old did it by the time you're done. You're not gonna feel that great about your job. You're gonna look at it and be like, oh, that looks terrible, because it will. That's a high level of experience to install that stuff. So keep it nice and easy so that you can accomplish it and have a great looking product in the end. You're gonna have your own struggles throughout the way here. So let's start with it being a little easier, just on the tile. Number two, pick a grout joint size that works well for your scenario. You can do some measurements to see where things land. We generally use a 1/16 on all backsplashes. You can use an 1/8, that's our red ones, or you can use a 3/16. We don't generally do anything over 3/16 because that looks ginormous when you grout it. The smaller the grout joint, the better, because it's easier to finish. And I'm not gonna go over grouting. If you guys, again, want me to make a grouting video, I can. I probably will, and make an install video, but this is more just how to get through a backsplash. Follow your cabinet line straight down. Oh, almost kicked the bucket. There's your upper cabinet. Run it straight down the wall with it. Don't run your tile all the way out to here, because you wanna have that profile of that countertop kind of hanging. You know, aesthetically, it wants that weight, as designers would like to tell you. So hold that in. That's a nice clean line straight down. And then also just nice clean line at your cabinet line there. You don't have to jog it up. You can. If you want to run it halfway up the window, you want to run it to the top of the window, fine, so be it. Use a piece of finishing edge material like this metal edge that I have right here. It's right here. We use satin aluminum on everything. You can get it in a bunch of different colors. You can do some research. You can match the tile if you want, match the grout if you want. We use satin aluminum because it goes away and it's universal. So do that at all your end point, any exposed point, because it covers your cuts, makes it all look nice. Then you're not grouting this ugly edge and it's all raw and nasty looking. That'll make it look really nice. Your outlets. This is the biggest thing that I see people do incorrectly. You see people tile around the actual outlet cover and then it's sitting into the tile. That's wrong. You see this, you know, people cut around this itself and then the outlet's back, but the plate is sitting out. That's not right. The right way to do it is to pull these screws, replace them generally with a 6x32 screw. You go to any store, you know, hardware store or whatever, and pick some of these up, and we obviously have a big package of them. Replace those with longer screws, and then just cut to the actual box shape so that your tile, you can see, goes underneath that. And your outlet gets screwed then to your tile work. Now, leave these loose. You know, you can snug them up so you don't electrocute yourself. Turn off the power. We don't. We like to live dangerously, but we do a lot of these every day. No reason to hit the power. We're not gonna electrocute ourselves. And even if you do, it's only 110. But turn your power off and then leave these a little loose so that once that dries, then you can tighten it. But only tighten it by hand. Do not tighten it with a drill. you're gonna over tighten it more than likely and snap this little ear off or crack it down here or something like that. And that's the last thing you wanna do is have a nice finished backsplash, get ready to grout it, you're screwing things together and snap, now I have to pull this tile out. And we always say in the tile world, we do not build stuff to take it apart. When we're done with it, it's a pain to take anything apart. Find spots where you can cheat. You know, if you find out, like, let's say you got a little cut here and you run across here and you get to the window trim and you got a gap. Just shove your piece of tile over this way, move everything over, and then recut this one piece. That's just gonna be the, you know, nobody's gonna see that you cheated and you just made your life a lot easier versus, you know, having this giant fat grout joint there that is gonna draw your eye to it, because the last thing you wanna do is draw your eye to anything. You wanna see your kitchen as a finished product with a nice backsplash, nice cabinets, countertops, all that kind of stuff. Cutting the tile. We cut everything with just a score and snap type tool like this and a grinder with a 4-inch grinder blade on it. 4.5 actually, to be exact. For you guys as a homeowner, as a do-it-yourselfer, handyman even, whatever, buy a tile saw at Home Depot, Menards, whatever, just even the cheap one. And that again goes into buying a nice easy tile to work with. It'll cut okay on that machine. Yeah, it cuts a little bit slow, but you're gonna be able to make all your cuts. We buy pretty good blades for everything, and this tool is not cheap. So it can make these nice straight cuts with ease and pretty quickly, but a wet tile saw is what you're gonna wanna buy. Get one off of Amazon or your hardware store or wherever else. Buy one off a marketplace that people already bought for their project and you get it for half the price. And, you know, make the cuts, because you don't have too many. You only have your outlets going around this, there. So if you really count them, like 1, 2, 3 cuts, 4, 5, 6, you know, there's not that many. I mean, yeah, I suppose you're gonna end up cutting some of that too on there. But a wet saw will do just fine. And for the price, it's gonna be the best bet, because even if you bought the cheapest score and snap type tool you can at Menards or Home Depot, and if you have a grinder, great, then you need to buy a blade. Their blades generically are not that great. We buy some good blades that can cut this stuff. Buy a porcelain or a ceramic tile. Do not use natural stone. Do not use natural stone until you've done a handful of them. Use an easy tile that cuts easily, and if you even have any questions, you can, again, like I said, throw them in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else you got any questions on. Like I said, I've done this for 20 years. This is what I do. Thought I'd make a video on just how to help you guys out. That's the down and dirty. We'll make maybe an install video and some grouting video.